Hey, everybody. It's Molly Richards here, your host of Lady Boss Unplugged. It has been a minute. I am so happy you are here. We are back. We are back for another season. We are back with some major announcements, and you are going to love what you hear today. Okay, so I'm so happy you are here. It has been holidays and all kinds of stuff. And between all of that, big things have been happening, like major things at Lady Boss. So if you're part of the community now, or you're just finding out about us or this podcast, or a friend has introduced you to this community, oh my gosh, I am so happy for you. In fact, take a second to share this episode with your friends, with your fellow Lady Bosses, because they want to hear what is happening. I am telling you, we have something huge for you today, Lady Bosses. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Like, it is crazy. So to kick this off and to share all the crazy stuff, the amazing stuff, we have a special, beautiful guest. Her name is, drum roll please, she should just have one name like Cher or Madonna, but it is Kaitlyn Talamante. Woo! Okay, so I'm going to introduce Kaitlyn to you. She has been on the podcast before with us, and you have probably seen her on Lady Boss's Instagram, TikToks, Facebook, all the things. She leads this community with such heart. Like, I'm getting chills on my arms right now thinking about it. She is a special friend to me. I always call her my sister. As you know, Lady Boss is a sisterhood. And this person, Kaitlyn, is a true sister. She is a true friend. She is my Voxer babe. We Vox each other back and forth all the time. If you don't know that app, it's amazing. We are each other's hype girls. And she is probably your hype girl in the Lady Boss community, because she literally is cheering y'all on all the time. She's got your back. She shares her journey with such honesty, and it is just so inspiring. I mean, it is so cool. I'm going to have her introduce herself in a minute, because, you know, I want her to take the mic in a minute. I could talk all day, but I'm so excited because in today's episode, you are going to find out what is next for Lady Boss. This is so cool. You are going to hear about a huge announcement for our community, and Kaitlyn is taking on an amazing new journey that you get to be a part of. So I am so excited. So Kaitlyn, there has been so much buzz going around, and so we are freaking out and so excited to hear what is going on, girl. Let's hear it from you.
Hey, Molly, thank you so much for having me on. I just love you. You are so amazing.
I mean it all.
There is so much going on in my life and with Lady Boss and all the things. And there's lots of buzz going around. I heard there's like some new news for Lady Boss or something that's supposed to be launching today, right?
Yes. And
am I supposed to tell everyone here?
I feel like this podcast episode should be the place for you to share the big news. Where else, right? Lady Boss Unplugged. This is where we're honest and open and we get all the good stuff. Yes.
Yes, I love it. So there might be a rumor going around, or I might have heard through the grapevine, that Lady Boss is under new ownership.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, let's just say, like, I heard the new boss can kind of be a little bit of a pain.
I didn't. I heard the new boss is perfect for what our community needs. In fact, it's like a breath of fresh air and just like the most amazing human. That's what I heard. Tell us more.
Well, you're too sweet. You're just being too kind to her, which you should be, because it's me. I'm the new owner of Lady Boss.
Oh my gosh. This is so exciting. I actually have tears in my eyes. I do. I am so excited for all of us and for you. What does that feel like?
It feels incredible. My cheeks hurt. It's like it's finally feeling real. Yeah. We've been working so hard at Lady Boss for this big reveal. But it's totally surreal. Never in a million years did I think that this was part of the journey I was on. And the man above had some big plans for not just me, but for Lady Boss. There's a reason that I am now owner and CEO of this company. And there's some big things coming. And I'm ready to help change the lives of millions of women.
Does this feel like a dream come true?
It does. It's definitely a dream in disguise. I never, like I said, never imagined that this would be the position and opportunity I have. And now that I do, I'm like, I hear you, Lord, loud and clear. Like, let's go live in your purpose and make this dream I had that looked different this massive reality. It looked different because it's way bigger than I ever could have imagined it being.
Isn't that amazing how dreams can, we feel like they're small, but they're actually, I always call them God-sized dreams. And sometimes they can be so much bigger than we even imagine. And what's really cool, Kaitlyn, is since you shared this news with me a little while ago, I got a little, I got to hear about it. It's been so cool because you have never once been nervous. Like you sound just like, yes, like this is my time. This is what I want to do. This is the community I want to lead. These are the women I want to inspire and help and like hold hands with in a way. So why Lady Boss? Like why do you love it? What does it mean to you? Tell us your Lady Boss story if people don't know it.
Oh, that was a lot in one question, Molly. So,
I know that's what I do. Loaded
my
question.
Lady Boss story, I started with Lady Boss in 2019. And I started as a customer.
Wow.
I had just had my youngest son, and my body was all out of whack. And I knew it. I was heaviest I had ever been. I had started losing the baby weight, and then I was putting it back on before I ever got back to the pre-baby weight number. So I went to the doctor, I did my checkups, and my blood work came back. It told me I was high risk of a heart attack in 10 years. And I was in my 20s. And all I could think of was like, there's no way. I'm too young. That's not possible. I want to be around for my husband. I want to be around for my kids. But I also knew it was in my genetics. I lost my grandpa at a young age, and my dad had his first heart attack at a young age. And so I knew right then and there something had to change. And that's when I found the Lady Boss community. And then during that time, I actually lost 65 pounds. And I was like, okay, I'm sold in. I love Lady Boss. Like, it's helped me lose 65 pounds. I didn't have to be on all the medicines anymore that the doctors wanted me on, which was a godsend. And I started feeling better and enjoying life. And I was like, I want to be a part of this company that's made such an impact in my life. So I actually joined as an employee, not just as a Lady Boss following the plan and the methods, but as an employee. And fast forward to a modern day, I am still with Lady Boss now in a whole new concept. I'm a CEO and owner, and I've lost 75 pounds with Lady Boss and kept it off. And my favorite piece of all that is the confidence and the belief that I have grown, that has grown inside of me. At this point in time, like, I don't want to sound like cocky or overconfident, but like I am confident. And it's because I believe in me. I am proud of me. And it took a really long time to find this person, to believe in this person, to tune out the naysayers. And that's why I love Lady Boss so much. Because Lady Boss gives you the tools to not only hit your weight loss or your health and fitness goals, but to believe in yourself, to build that confidence and that self-worth that is missing for so many women. And so while we do great things with weight loss and fitness and health, we impact the family trees of so many because the mindset shift that happens during that transition in women is so very needed in today's world, especially come after 2020 COVID. Mindsets are just not where they should be, and there's more visual outspokenness on it. And at Lady Boss, we get that opportunity to build you up, empower you, encourage you, and tell you you are worthy, you are enough, you are capable, and you are deserving in all things.
Oh, I love everything you said. And I had a moment while you were talking, and I'm looking at you and I see how beautiful you are and the confidence in you and this like sparkle behind your eyes. Haha, sparkle, Lady Boss. But I actually was doing like a flashback in my mind of when I first met you compared to today. And it is night and day. And it has been so fun to witness your journey and not just from the outside, but the inside. Like the Kaitlyn today has done a lot of work. I see you like, and that's so cool.
I
I'm so proud of
appreciate
you.
that. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to tell another story real quick because Molly, you're a big part of this story, and I don't think you know this, but the first time I met Molly was in December of 2022, and Lady Boss had just been purchased by Russell Brunson, and we were trying to figure things out. And post COVID, I had put some of that 65 pounds back on, unfortunately. But my confidence was still there. I was still rocking it, and I still believed in myself. But then it was tested when I was with Molly. Molly is beautiful. She is like a powerhouse. I'm pointing to her. I don't know which way she's at your screens, but she is beautiful. She is a powerhouse. Like her confidence just exudes everywhere. And I was surrounded by like 20 Mollys at this point in time when I met Molly. And I was so inspired, so encouraged, so like, oh, this is incredible. But I didn't feel like I belonged. Like after all the work I had put into myself from 2019 to 2022, I still had self doubt. I still went back to my hotel room that night and I cried. I was a hot mess that night. I bawled. We had this beautiful dinner with everyone. We all had a great time. I was in my hotel room crying because I didn't feel like I deserved to be sitting at a table with Molly, to be sitting at a table with all the other amazing women that were there. And it was because I have the Lady Boss Foundation, it was wake up call round, probably a million, let's be honest, but definitely round two. That's like, no, I know I am worthy. I know I deserve to be here. And it's because of the things I've learned with Lady Boss. And I wouldn't have been able to get back up if it wasn't for the community and surrounding myself with amazing women like Molly and the Lady Boss Foundation.
Oh, I love that. I remember that day, that event, and that night. Um, and yeah, you know what? I'm actually picturing you like with a ton of confidence too. And you were just like so fun and energetic. And I love all that. But it's interesting that I love that you are honest about that. Like we can all go through moments where we're crushing it, right? And we're like, oh, we're feeling so good. And then we have like lows and highs. I personally do too. And so that first of all, you touched me that I could inspire you. And that I've been doing this for a long time. And I've definitely had a lot of lows. And what I know and what we talk about in Lady Boss is doing the four in Lady Boss and is just constantly working on ourselves through our health and our fitness. And also joining a community like Lady Boss is so key. A community that has our backs, that is women. Like that sounded weird. I was going to say I love guys. I mean, males are great, but women, we understand each other. And that's what I think is so different about Lady Boss. Like it's not just about a diet or just about fitness. It's like everything. And like you said, like when we have our mindset, when we're working on that, which is so huge and so much of what we do here at Lady Boss Unplugged, it's like then you're ready to go and tackle all the other stuff. You're ready to go get that workout done. You're ready to go and make a better food choice. You're ready to go and do all those things, right? And it starts with what's between our ears, and all of that and in our hearts. And so I think it's been really, you've been very brave through all of this and taking care of you. Meanwhile, you're raising two boys and you're married and you're doing life too. And so what would you say what has gotten you this far, and to have the guts to then say, you know what, I want to be the boss. I want to be the new boss. Like I'm ready to take this on.
The passion to share it with other women. I want every woman, I want to be able to impact every woman. I want them to feel like I do. I interact so often with women that are like, kind of like, woe is me. And then they're not, oh, well, all woe is me by any means. But there's always like, oh, it's a hard time. And very kind of more stuck in that negative mindset. And they don't believe in themselves. And they might not be surrounded by people that help with that. In fact, they might be surrounded by people that just continue to like bog them down. And I know now, didn't know then, I know now that when you believe in yourself, you truly become unstoppable. Like you unleash a whole other power inside of yourself that I truly believe a lot of women don't know exist yet. And I want every woman, I want to try to impact and bring that out of every woman I get to interact with.
I love that. Oh my gosh. I can totally relate with that too, especially as like raising kids when I was younger, feeling like I wasn't worthy, feeling like I wasn't worth the time to dedicate to myself because, we get so busy with everyone else and meeting their needs that we put ours at the bottom, right? Or
Mhm.
we let fear keep us from going after what we want. And that's just fear. I always say like fear is the enemy. Fear is just, it's
Mhm.
a lie.
Yep. Fear
And
is.
I think it is. And if we decide, you know what, I'm worth it. Like I really am. Like if we always talk about like saying positive things to ourselves, like every day is like, I am worth it. I am worth it. And all those positive things, I think you're right though. Many of us women, we tend to tell stories to ourselves that we don't need to take care of us. And I think
Mhm.
we've talked about this in previous podcasts. When we fill our cup, we are so much better to everyone else, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
It's
This
pretty
is going to
crazy.
sound a little harsh, but I heard a saying one time that the biggest child abuse can come from a parent. And I was like, okay, we know child abuse happens, okay, but wait, you're saying like me as a good parent, I think I'm a good parent. I'm
Yeah.
causing child abuse. And so they kept talking, they kept going on, and they said, we tell our kids every day that they can be whatever they want, they can do whatever they want, they can achieve whatever they want. But then we do the opposite because so often we live in fear. We're telling our kids to chase their goals and their dreams, yet we as their parents can't or aren't.
Right.
And what do your children follow? What they hear, what they see. And we're that example. And so that when I heard that, it was just like mind blowing because I totally tell my kids they can be whatever they want, do whatever they want.
Right.
And if I'm setting that example, that's like, no, I'm too scared to do that, or no, that's not, then I'm setting my own kids up for failure. I am causing that child abuse and setting them up for failure,
Yeah.
setting them up to not believe in themselves. And that was another thing is like, yeah, I'm taking care of me and I found me and I love me now, but being able to see the impact on my family and on my kids,
Mhm. I
it's just,
know.
I love it. Like my kids are like, of course I can do that. And there's even times where I'm like, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. Like, is my negative brain's like, are you sure you can pull that off? But they're like, no, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to do it.
I
And I love
love
it.
that. That is so awesome. And that's so true. Our kids are watching and they're mirroring what we're doing. So, and we can't just preach. We actually have to practice what we preach. So we can't just say the words. We have to be that person. And you had said something earlier, and I thought it was really, really impactful. And that was like, the people around you that might be putting disbelief in your mind or making you feel like you can't accomplish something. We always talk about like the top 5 people in our lives, right? Like that makes such a difference. And so I want to just encourage everyone listening to this. Maybe you don't have people in your life. They could be family, they could be your best friends. You maybe you're not seeing it right now. Like if they aren't supporting your dreams and breathing life into your dreams and just cheering you on, I want you to know that the Lady Boss community has got you. And so I really want to encourage everyone here to plug in to Instagram and Facebook and the lives that Kaitlyn does and will be doing in the future and this podcast, but not just once in a while. Like plug into those regularly. If there are challenges or there are events that they're having, just feed yourself, feed your soul, feed your mind with Lady Boss, and you will be unstoppable just like Kaitlyn. You might decide to become CEO or start your own business or go and get, drop whatever weight you want and just become a better version of you. And I feel like it's so magical. Like, and it's just the coolest community.
Yes, it really is. And if if you want to have success in whatever your goal is, you have to surround yourself with people who are on the same journey as you, who have the same desire. Yeah, your desire might look a little different, but if you want to lose 20 pounds and your spouse is a stick and eats everything he wants and doesn't gain a pound or an ounce, then he's not, unfortunately he's not going to be on your same journey. And so he's not your biggest motivator. And that the Lady Boss community, these women are all here to support you. They're either on that journey right now, they've been on that journey, they're maintaining that journey. They're here to be your hype girl.
Yeah. You actually read my mind as you were saying that. It's like we all had to start somewhere. And so if you get in, when you get in our community, because you're going to want to, especially now that Kaitlyn's taken it over, let's go. Um, Everyone's on a different stage of their journey. So you might get into the Lady Boss community and be like, whoa, like she's lost 75 pounds. I could never do that. Or there's someone you're like, oh, okay, she just started. Cool. Like, just know that your journey is your journey, your story, your life. What you want is yours. And so I think it's really awesome to be inspired, but success leaves clues, right? That's such a famous like saying. So when you see Kaitlyn having this success, be like, what are you doing? What have you done? Show me, teach me. I'm going to do it. That's what I do. If I see someone who's where I want to be, I'm like, I will do what she has done and continues to do because I know it works. And then just give yourself grace, right? Along the way. Like I always say, like, if you mess up, who cares? Go start again tomorrow. So what have you done when you've had little fallbacks or maybe been sick or like you're really busy with kids and you're just like, what have you done personally?
It's all about state to me. State is the number one pillar of the Lady Boss method. Um, and when I feel overwhelmed or whatnot, I have to recenter myself. I have to pour into my cup, whether it's 30 seconds in my car of privacy and quiet or being able to go get a workout in. But I have to prioritize me. Being sick, I am actually sick right now. It's so stinky. I don't want to go to the gym. I'm sick. No one wants me at the gym. It's probably my body needs rest. But focusing on fueling my body with nutrients, especially when you're sick, is so crucial. And again, I'm having to take care of me. I had to go get in my bed at like 5 o'clock last night, which killed me. I'm not like, I have a go get. I got things to get done, ladies. But I knew I had to take care of me, especially if I'm going to show up for myself, my kids, my husband, and the Lady Boss community. I have to take care of me, even if it's throwing myself in bed at 5 in the afternoon.
Oh my gosh. That's self-care though, when you can actually say, you know what, I could go. I could get super sick and then I could be like screaming at my kids because I feel so crappy. You know what I mean? But you made the decision and I think that's really, really huge. Um, you said something and I was like, yes, when you were like the Lady Boss method. That's like the coolest. I heard it. I love it. So give us a little bit of info on just like boss method because I want to be a boss in all ways of my all forms of my life. So tell me or
So
tell
when you
us.
look at our name, Lady Boss, obviously we are a woman company, so you got lady. But what does it mean to be a boss? And so we have broken, we have simplified weight loss into 4 easy steps, daily steps, called the Boss Method Formula, which is our state, how what's going into our mind, how are we taking care of ourselves, shape, how are we moving our body, how are we fueling our body, sparkle, how are we sharing the light inside of us with others? Because when you do that, like your light only grows. And success, your goals, your small goals, your big goals, your God-sized, scary, hairy goals. And those 4 daily habits help lead to your weight loss. Keeps weight loss simplified, keeps you on track, keeps it sustainable. And it's our Lady Boss method.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love that it's just 4 things that are doable. So many times you're like, you'll do a program or be part of a community where you're like, there are so many things. Like, where do I even start? And then, but if I always look at like the pillars of Lady Boss of like, you start your day thinking, oh, I got to do the 4. And throughout the day, you're like, how am I doing on the 4? And when you go to bed, you're like, did I do the 4? You could still shoot out a text to shine light on someone. You could still do, go drop and do some push-ups. You could do whatever, but it's so cool because you never feel overwhelmed and then you always feel supported. So with that, I am curious what excites you the most with you being the CEO, with you being the new boss. Like, what are you excited to bring to all of us women and to this community?
I'm excited to give it a breath of fresh air, if that makes sense.
Nice. Yes.
Um, as ladies may or may not know yet, today officially, not only are you learning that I am the new owner, but we have also rebranded Lady Boss with some amazing new colors that are fun and fresh. And hopefully y'all see it as a breath of fresh air. Um, Lady Boss has had its ups and downs, like we all do in our stories and in our journeys. And Lady Boss is no different. And I'm most excited because Lady Boss right now is on the upside of their journey, and it's going to continue to go up. And I'm really happy to see that because its mission is so crucial and near and dear to my heart, and it will continue to impact women as it sits on that high.
Ah, okay, I cannot wait to see the rebrand. And you made me think of like a fresh coat of paint, right? And then like new ownership where it's like you're like, yes, this was so needed. Like we've always loved that restaurant. Like that's what I'm thinking. But like, yes, like the menu needed to be changed a little. The staff, like, your staff was amazing.
My staff is
And
definitely
you're
amazing.
yeah, they are the best girls. Oh my goodness. But like all of that is so exciting and it just makes you want to be part of it even more. And then I have to tell you that Shania Twain's song Up went in my head right when you said we're only going up from here. And I was like, okay, sorry. But that's like the song that just went in my head. Music is like life to me. And so that is my song in my head for everything that's going on. So this is so exciting. And I don't know, like, if your friends or family are learning about all this too, like they will be so proud of you. I am your friend and I am so proud of you. Like this is huge and it is to be celebrated. We are so excited for you. And I'm sure it was just like this leap of faith where you were just like, I'm doing this. And I think it's because you care so much, which I could totally tell. And then I want to give one more announcement. And this is exciting that you are going to be taking over Lady Boss Unplugged. Are you so excited?
I got goosebumps. Yes, I'm excited, but it's bittersweet, Molly.
Oh, oh, it's so exciting, girlfriend. Oh my goodness, so
I'm
exciting.
very excited because y'all, if you know me, you know I'm a talker, and I want to share all the goodness. I don't gatekeep, and so the podcast is a great place to do that. But Molly, I'm gonna
Oh,
miss you. Like, but you're not going far, right? Like, that means that you're. It's bittersweet.
it is. You were so sweet. So I will just share real quick. Yes, I was going to continue this. I love it, by the way. I love this podcast. I love having guests on and just sharing my heart with you all. But, we all have like these seasons in our lives, right? Where it works, or if maybe we're busier than normal, or maybe something has changed. And so for me, when I went to Kaitlyn, I was like, I'm so sorry. Can you take over even for a season, right? Whatever it is right now, I can't do it. I am an empty nester and my husband has, he has this big crazy job where he leads his company, a bunch of amazing people in that company. And with that right now, we have to travel a bunch and I am just gone a lot. And then we're also taking some cool vacations and all of that. And I was like, I don't know how much I could be on the mic and I don't want to do it from the road. I want to make sure it looks good and it sounds good. And then I really commit. And so when I shared with Kaitlyn, she was like, okay. And I was like, you know what, Kaitlyn? I think it's time for you to go and do this. And then all of this happened, right? Like then she became the owner and the new CEO. And it was like, okay, like it's wild how God works through all of this. And so now y'all, I get to officially pass the torch to Kaitlyn and she will take this over. And like I said, she lives and breathes the Lady Boss lifestyle. And so she is going to be an amazing host. And I'm just honored that you get to carry it forward.
Well, I'm honored that I get to continue on your Lady Boss Unplugged legacy because you have definitely paved the way for me, and I've got some work to do to get on Molly podcast
You are
level.
going to.
But I'm excited
Yes,
and I'm totally up for the challenge. I want
yes,
to
you
know,
are.
Molly.
Oh yeah.
I know you're traveling. I know your husband stays real busy with work and all that, but there's some fun in that traveling coming, right?
Yes. Oh gosh, we're gonna have so much fun. Yes, we are going to Europe and we're going all different places. And so we're so excited about that. And I did promise Kaitlyn, though, I was like, you know what, though? I will come on and do maybe like a little fun series, maybe whatever that is. Like I'm in a different, it's what's cool about Lady Boss is that there are people in different age groups, so many different age groups. So Kaitlyn's in the thick of raising her boys right now, and I'm an empty nester. And there's women in Lady Boss who don't have kids, maybe don't ever want to have kids, or they're young, or they're grandparents. Like we're all in different seasons of our lives. And so Kaitlyn was like, yeah, maybe you can come back and share a series on whatever it is that you've learned, and you could speak to women about that. So I'm excited to come back and do something like that. But for now, Kaitlyn is taking the mic. Woo! So
Woo! I'm so excited, and I'm so excited to have you back for those pieces. I know we kind of talked pre-podcast, but for me, I'm like, this podcast is to help women on their health, fitness, weight loss journey. But really, when it comes down to the boss method, working on your state, working on your shape, working on your sparkle, working on your success, and marriages, relationships, health, fitness, finances. There's so many aspects that impact our lives mentally and chemically and hormonally and all the things. And I love the fact that, Molly, you will be coming back to do those series because you can hit on things that I have no experience in yet, because we are in those different seasons. And I know our audience will absolutely love it.
I love it. I'm excited. So yeah, and Kaitlyn was like, Molly, you have other stuff coming up besides traveling. I know you do. And I was like, how do you know? She's like, because I talked to you and I know you. And so yeah, I told her I might possibly do my own podcast one day. And then I actually I want to write a book, and I can't tell you what it's about yet. So that'll be really, really fun. I literally get a message from my mom weekly being like, she's like, Molly, when are you writing your book? Which is hilarious. And then I told her what it was going to be about. She's like, what? So now you're like, what is it about? But that'll be
Yes.
really fun. And I would just say this to the women listening, like, just do what you want and you desire. My husband and I talk about this a lot right now. The word desire, we as women quiet that. And I think it starts too young. And then it continues throughout our lives. We forget what lights us up. We forget what makes us happy. We forget what we deserve. We forget what we actually want to do and how we want to feel. And so I'm very passionate about women tapping into that. And I just want everyone listening to this, like, what do you desire? Ask yourself that. Like, obviously Kaitlyn desired to own this company. She desired to like be the boss and to step out of her comfort zone and to do something that is going to help us all as lady bosses, but also like her family. And I'm sure going to your husband and being like, I want to do this, I thought that was scary, but you did it because it was a desire in your heart. And I just want the women here to listen to what it is that is talking to you in your heart and in your soul, and never be ashamed of it, never be afraid to share it with others. And if people don't like it, then those aren't the people for you. I find that, you know what I mean? You want people who are going to cheer for you like we do for each other here. So I'm excited. I have a lot of stuff going on, but I'm actually in this moment of just like listening to what God is telling me. And it's really, really magical.
Yes. I am in that exact same place of life. And I tell you what, it is truly incredible. I pick words of the year. And my word of the year this year is purpose, because I'm living in God's purpose. I never imagined in a million years that I would be the owner of Lady Boss. And here I am. And it's all in God's purpose. It was part of his plan, a plan that I have been waiting patiently. I was trying to be like more patient than Abraham and Sarah. It was really hard. But I never would have imagined in a million years this is what came to be. And now I'm like, I see it. I hear you, Lord. I've got a big purpose to live out for you. And we're going to change the lives of many.
Ugh, I love that. And so Kaitlyn and I were talking the other day, we're like, our faith is really important to us. And we're like not shy about sharing that. And so we hope that everyone here is open to us sharing that because when you said purpose and then you said, I hear you, God, I was like, yes, because you asked me the other day what my word was. And I was like, one, it's desire. Two, it's listen. So I think sometimes we just have to quiet our minds and the noise around us and actually listen to what it is that we want to do and listen to how God is talking to us in our lives. So I'm so proud of you for doing this. Like, oh my gosh, you were talking, I got tears. Okay. So this is official. You are the boss. You are the CEO of LadyBoss, and you are going to lead everyone in such a beautiful way. Are you just so excited? Do you have butterflies?
I am so excited. No, I don't have butterflies. That's what's crazy. I am so excited, but no butterflies because this is where we're meant to be. This is where Lady Boss is meant to be. I'm where I'm meant to be. The Lady Boss team completely 120% is on board and believes in the community and what we're doing. And it's just so powering.
Oh my gosh. I love that. You're just like, it's the knowing that makes you just be like, yes, let's go. So what should everyone look forward to? And what are you excited about to talk about on this podcast when you take it over officially after today?
Ooh, well, first off, I'm so excited for all the guests. Molly Brown, some incredible guests in season one, and I've got a nice list already for season two. Um,
Yay.
Obviously, it's me and Molly today. I've got an interview coming up with Coach Jessica Peart, which a lot of our OG Lady Bosses probably know that name. Christina Hicks, if you don't know Christina Hicks, she's been a long time Lady Boss with an incredible story. And the list just goes on. So I'm really excited to have those special guests on where they can really share their story and their tools and the tips and tricks. But then also, I want this lady boss to be authentic and raw and real. And sometimes our journeys aren't pretty. There's bumps and bruises, and it's what makes us who we are. And so there's going to be episodes where we work on tools and all the things, but we're also going to talk about the not so great things and how to work through those and get through them. And you're going to learn a whole lot about me and my story because there's a lot of pieces that have led up to this today. So,
And I love that. I'm excited that you will bring that out because you've done that for me, like in our boxes. You're like, Molly, but what actually happened? Like, what do you actually feel? And I think that's so cool to have someone be unplugged, be unfiltered, and say like, but how does that feel? And then to share your journey. And I think that's going to be a whole different level for this podcast. And so that's going to be really exciting because I think when women, as we tap into that and we get real and we get honest, then we work on our mindset, we're ready to go tackle all the other things and then reach those goals, lose that weight if that's the goal, get stronger. Hopefully that's the goal too, physically and emotionally. So it's just going to be so exciting.
yes, it's going to be very exciting.
Oh my
And
gosh.
Molly, you're not going anywhere. You're going to pop in for podcasts. You're going to be in the community and all the things still, right? Like, I know you're busy traveling and social media hiatuses, but
I will never go anywhere. Lady Boss is my place. And like I have been part of different communities throughout my lots of years. We don't give numbers here, how old I am. But this is the place where you definitely belong. I always think of Lady Boss as like you can sit with us, right? You can sit with us, you can be with us, you can be fully you. You don't have to be a certain shape, size, color, background, nothing. Like you get to be fully you and you belong with Lady Boss. And I think that is so magical. So I am going nowhere, sister. Sorry, you can't get rid of me.
I don't want to get rid of you. You can't. No, everyone needs a Molly in their lives. If you don't have a Molly, I'll be your Molly. Molly will be
Oh,
your Molly.
yes,
Like,
yes. You're so
yeah.
sweet. So if anyone is new here and I mean, maybe where should everyone follow you and, where should how often will you have drop new episodes? And then like, what is next week's episode? Like tease us a little bit. I think you did, but like tease us again.
So my Instagram is Talamante, pretty easy. And you can find me on Facebook under Lady Boss Kaitlyn Talamante. And of course, always in the community, you will find me. I'll be popping in there live on pretty much a regular basis. And the podcast, we're keeping the same schedule. So every Tuesday, you will get some goodness coming to your inbox. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Yes. Like, subscribe, share with a friend. Some of my favorite podcasts are the ones, including this one, where someone's like, oh my gosh, you have to listen to this. Oh my gosh, you have to subscribe. And then I'm just like obsessed. And when you subscribe to this podcast, you'll get the notification. There's a new one. My mom would always say like, honey, how do I know when the new ones come out? I'm like, hit the subscribe button and then you'll see it in wherever you get your podcast, whether that's Apple, Spotify, or the podcast app. So excited. And then I think you said Jessica is coming up and then you have all these other guests. So what I know is when we have guests, we get to hear different versions of everyone's stories where you will be able to be like, yes, that is me. Or, oh my gosh, I could relate to that. Like, so I love when there's guests because I always learn something and about them and then about me.
Yeah. I actually, the episode with Coach Jess is already recorded. So you ladies are just going to be patient for it to be released.
Nice.
But I've known Jessica for most of my life. I've known Jessica for a very long time. And even during our podcast, there were things I learned that I didn't know about her. And so I just love being able to do this and continue to learn and grow with this amazing community.
Yeah, and it's just going to help us be the next better version of who we are. So, so excited. So, y'all, go on Facebook, Instagram, go and like post or comment about why you're so excited that Kaitlyn's taking this over. We, like she said, like having a new breath of fresh air, having a female run our female community is so huge, and someone who is so passionate about it, who has been through it, where Lady Boss has helped her become this more amazing version of who she already was and now who she is. Like, I get to see her next week, and even the difference between last year to this year is life changing. Like, I already know, I can't wait to hug you.
So excited.
But it's so exciting though to have a female back to leading this. And Russell, by the way, blessing that we got to have him carry this over this long. That has been amazing. And then for you, Kaitlyn, to have the guts to say, I'm doing this. Like, I love this community so much. I want to continue to empower all of these women. So thank you for all that you have done and what you're going to do in Lady Boss community. It is going to be amazing.
Oh, thank you so much, Molly. You make me blush again. And I
Yes.
want to thank you. Thank you for all that you've done. And I almost feel like I'm saying goodbye, but it's not goodbye. But
No,
thank
it's
you
not.
for being in my corner, being my hype girl, just continuing to push me to reach my goals, to keep
Yes.
going. It's like you got a weird spidey sense when I have an off day because all of a sudden you're in my DMs and my box are like, you okay? And I'm like,
That is so weird.
but I love it. Like, there's a reason, right? There's a reason, there's a plan. And I thank you I'm so thankful that you've been a part of my journey. And
Oh, and it's been
I just,
awesome.
it
Thank you
really
for
has.
letting me also do this podcast. And y'all get ready for Kaitlyn to lead us, to lead this podcast. Get excited. And thank you for sharing your heart and just blessing us all. And this is just the beginning of
It
so
is.
much.
And
All
thank
right,
you,
y'all.
Molly.
Yay. Kaitlyn will see you on the next episode, right?
Yes, I'll see you on the next episode. Next
Yay. And
Tuesday.
I will see you all soon. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Congratulations. Let's go.
Woo! We have some